welcome everyone to the Nivedita and Dianne hour. And you know what? It's becoming now the Nivedita, Dianne, and Adina hour. As you can see, we have a little surprise coming up soon down the road, so stay tuned for that. So welcome everyone, and for those who are joining us, catch us on the replay, share this, take notes, connect with us, do whatever you got to do, subscribe to us, have fun with us. So first, I will introduce myself last. Let's go to Nivedita, and Nivedita, if you can kindly introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Nivedita Saraswati, and I live in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm the owner and director of My Virtual Healing Center, which is an online healing center, and which I've just added another modality. I went out and celebrated my graduation last night for weight management consultancy. So I'm very happy about that. So I can help adults and children with obesity, which is very necessary in this day and age because there's a lot of obesity around. And it also includes little balances for the emotional body, for the mental body, for the spiritual body, and as well as the physical body. And also it helps with, now I've lost my train of thought. It helps with, there's another thing. Oh, beauty. And I'm going to demonstrate a head massage today. So we'll have a bit of fun with that, because if your head is tight, your face is tight, and it's your face goes into spasm, and you spasm in your neck. And if your face and neck and your head are not relaxed, then your body's not relaxed either. So we're going to have some fun.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. My name is Dianne Ojar. I am pretty much, I do a lot of things, and most of you know me in the media field as well. And I love to give people that experiential breakthrough experience. Now, whether that be in the healing modalities or in the business world, because there's quite a few things coming up soon. You're going to be having a couple of boot camps and teaching you how to have your business growth plan. I have a surprise project coming up, but I'm not going to talk about that one now until it's done. It's something we've been wanting to do for quite a number of years, which is going to intrigue you all because we're going to bring some really cool information to you. But apart from that, right now we're actually having a complimentary 5-day session where every day we're doing something, and it's around from 12 to 1:15. So if you want that information, contact me, sign up. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so you have from Tuesday until Friday. We had some phenomenal breakthrough. We had people who had their pain went from 5 to 0, and there was a problem with their foot, so that dissipated. And there's so much more. But most important, I want to say thank you all for supporting us always. And if this is for you, fine. If it's not for you, but I guarantee you're going to see a lot of business things coming from me, particularly people say, well, they're confused. Listen, I need to get you to the where you need to be in business so people can buy from you. Oh, let me rephrase that word, cost it out, not buy. That's one thing we're going to talk about today. It's not about buying. We're not here to sell you anything, and nobody should actually be there to sell you anything. You're there to invest your time, money, or energy for yourself. There is a big difference. So if you come in here, and we're going to talk to Adina in a moment about how she invested in herself. So remember, it's not about buying. You could sit back and say, why am I buying this? If you have to ask yourself that question, why are you buying something, then you're in the wrong space. If you're saying, how can I use this to invest and make myself better, you're in the right place. So I want to make sure you get that in your brain. And, it's a little tip there. Saying that, welcome, Adina.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Dianne. Hello, Nivedita. Hello, everyone.
One day she's going to get my name right.
Sorry. Where I'm coming from, when people get your name wrong, it means you'll become rich. So it's actually a very good thing.
Really? Like, seriously? Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Adina Dimitriu. I'm a business professional, business administration professional, and a meditation teacher living in Richmond Hill, Ontario, Canada, originally from Romania. And together with these wonderful ladies, we are here to help everyone become healthier and happier. How can you invest in yourself to get from point A, where you are, to point B, where you want to be in your life or in any area of your life, without fireworks or big investments, but with small changes that you can do uh, every day in your life. And perhaps we'll share from our experience and might inspire you. We are all in our hearts here to connect heart to heart, soul to soul, and to help you to change your life, to do your personal makeover. Ready or not, just one small change every day might take you a long way. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adina. Nobody knows that more than Adina. Trust me on that one when I say that. And you're going to hear her story. I am going to tell you that if you really want to know how to make a change in your life, do not leave. Stick around. This young lady here is going to share some things with you, which is phenomenal. And yes, the power of three. Yes, with three pearls. And it's quite a story. So one of the things we want to talk about is about change and transformation. And why is because we're constantly going through change and transformation. There's always this energy is constantly changing, moving around, and so we have to move with the times. We have to move with all of this. Adina, well, first of all, let me. No, I don't want Nivedita to feel left out. Nivedita, how was your week? Because we want to get to Adina. How was your week, Nivedita?
How was my week? Oh, I had a week of celebration, and I've had a week of beauty, and I've had a week of interaction, and it's been wonderful. And I've come to the conclusion that, the teachings about letting go are very important, because I've come to the conclusion that if you just say, I'm letting go, letting go, letting go, and everything relaxes and life is so much easier. So this is what I've been practicing this week, and with great results. I've been feeling that any stress that I had, from even seeing any news on the television and things like that, you just let it go, because, it's no longer valid to you at the moment in time, to your happiness. And so you let it go. And this is what I've been finding, that it's easier to let go than you think. It's harder to say it, I'm letting go, but it's easier to actually let it go and become more happy and contented within yourself. And when you're content in yourself, things don't bother you the same. So this has been my week this week. It's been a wonderful week.
Lovely. Okay, in saying that, let's release some tension. Okay,
Yes.
let's start the show. So why don't you lead us, and I'm going to give you,
Okay.
options so we can do that stretch or whatever it is you were doing before. Let's go ahead.
So what I'm going to teach you now is about head massage. We're going to start by, and you can't be vain about how your hair looks when you're doing this. So what you're going to do is have your fingers like this, and you're starting here at the hairline, and you're working back, right back, just gently massaging little mini circles right back as far as you can to the base of your skull. And you just gradually working your way so that you're actually massaging in little circles every single part of your scalp, being particularly aware of any little painful spots. And if there's any little painful spots, then just give them an extra massage. And just working your way down. I hope you're all doing this with me, so it's not just me that's looking funny. And and you might feel that as you do this, the more you do this, you're feeling new hair growth, little new hair growing on your scalp, because the massage is stimulating the blood flow in your scalp, and your scalp is getting more and more loose. And when your scalp is more loose, you're releasing tension in your face and your head and your neck. And it's really important to be able to do that. So if you're finding any really tight spots, then just simply really work into them, but be gentle with yourself and loving to yourself. Yes, I can see Adina's getting into this. Wonderful. And Dianne's getting into it. Wonderful. So you do that until there's no tight spots in your scalp, and that you can actually bring your fingers here like this, and you can move the scalp. So your scalp is actually loosening, not just your hair. It's your scalp is actually loosening.
Not hold on to your wigs, right?
No wigs. Okay,
Okay, let's do a release on the tension of the neck.
So you have your fingers like this behind your neck and at the base of the skull.
Do you clasp it Or do you just...
You like this. Your fingers are touching, but not
Okay.
like this. Yes. So you're just touching, and then you bring your elbows towards you, and then you're pulling your elbows down as you stretch your neck up, and breathe. Enjoy the breath in your body. And you're stretching and separating your fingers, bringing the elbows down, and again, just bringing the elbows down together and down, and stretching back. And you're getting the lymph here. So the lymph nodes are working. So all the toxins and excess fluids in your face and your neck are all flowing down to the lymph, which is really important because that's releasing toxins. And I'm fixing my hair up.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that.
And also another good way to place to massage is around your ears, because your ears are also have got lots of little spots in them that relate to different parts of the body, a little bit like acupuncture and things like that. You've got little points on your ears that relate to different organs. So if there's any part of your ears that are sore while you're massaging, and often they find like it's this middle bit, which is related to the spinal column. If people have tension in their spine, that's usually quite sore.
Oh, I have one. I actually recently saw this, and this is no kidding. In the corner of your ear, if you take a pencil, but you could use your finger, if you're constipated, there, you press on it for constipation. So it's right in the beginning here.
And your earlobes as well are important.
For constipation?
Your earlobes are important for many, many things.
No, with this particular one, they say put a pencil eraser there, but if you put pressure on there in that corner, it can help you with constipation. So if you're constipated, Google it, look at it. I don't know.
So the scalp and the ears together and the sides of the neck are very important. And always the energy is moving down towards the lymph. If you're doing massage, it just goes, you continue moving it down the neck towards the lymph area here, because you've got all your lymph nodes here.
Now I'm getting hot doing that. Now I'm getting hot, Nivedita, doing that.
Yes, I know. And the other thing that you can do is, and I'm just going to stand up, and if you want to stand up, ladies, you can stand up, and we'll just do some stretching. I have
space to stand up here.
So we're going to link our fingers like this, and then you're going to stretch up. And embed your feet firmly in the ground and stretch up. Pull your belly button into the spine. Stretch up. And then stretch over to one side. And feel like you're stretching the palms away from, if you're stretching to the left, you're stretching your palms away from your right hip.
It's a little different when you're sitting down and doing it.
Yeah. And then stretch up again. Mm-hmm. Stretching is really important.
I will let these two lovely ladies demonstrate.
And then the other side. Make sure your arm is against your ear, so you're not actually leaning forward, Adina. You're opening up your chest and opening up your spine and opening up the rib cage. I teach therapeutic yoga to people of my vintage, and we have a lot of fun.
People to her vintage.
Stretching up again.
Crack me up.
And then release the arms down.
Okay.
Roll your shoulders back. Big circles. Release the stress and tension across your shoulders. And roll your shoulders forward.
At least 5 times.
Yes, and slowly and lovingly. You have to love the skin you're in. That's really important. No matter how much you want to become more flexible, if you feel you're tight or you feel you're overweight or things like that, you still have to love yourself. And then taking the shoulders forward and back. And this will be quite good for your neck issue, Dianne.
Yeah, I've been sitting here all day doing courses.
Yes. Trouble is, when we're at the computer, we get very tense, and also we hold tension in our jaw. So opening the mouth and then from the cheekbone, from the TMJ, which is the joint when you use when you're eating or talking or opening the mouth, then that's area, this band of muscle here can get very tight. So just keep doing this towards the chin or towards the jawline.
It's making me want to yawn, Nivedita. Okay.
So you're just releasing all of that tension in the jaw.
Now you want me to sleep.
Hmm?
Now you want me to, I'm feeling even sleepier than I was before. So lovely.
And the other thing, one more tip.
Hello. So
One more tip, you can just put your hands here like this and just send love into the face, into the skin on your face, and just ask the skin on your face to produce more collagen in your skin, especially as you get older. From 25 years old, your body is reducing collagen. So just be aware of just loving your skin. Feel the energy from your palms of hands going into your face, right through all the bone structure.
especially if you rub your hands together. If you rub your hands and build up.
Yeah. My hands are already warm from doing the stretching. And just love. And then just, and if you're leaning against your computer desk, that's the best way to do it. And then just slide the hands up towards the ears.
One day we will do a session just with Nivedita.
And release. And again, slide the hands up towards the ears. And smile and love yourself. And release. One more time. Slide the hands up towards the ears. And release. How does that feel? So
kind
that's
of
our
wearing
little.
your glasses on.
Does that feel good?
Oh, no, I just want to relax and just go to bed.
You might feel a bit sleepy because when you're loving yourself, you're relaxing your body. So it's important to consciously relax and be mindful of loving yourself. So that's really important.
My neck is cracked too. Anyway, thank you so much for that. You can't have any, excuse me. Oh, I apologize for that.
Loving yourself is fun as well. So the more you smile, the more you laugh. You're giving more love.
Okay. You want to take it to another level? Go strip your clothes, look at yourself in the bathroom, in the bedroom, strip yourself naked, make love to yourself, watch yourself, do whatever, and you'll see how much you love yourself. And if you don't like that, then something's wrong with you. Hello. And the story. So let's talk about a lot of things that, and thank you for sharing that. So Adina, let's talk about your week. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I don't even know. I lost track. So tell me what's been going on. Give us an update. I know you've gave us a little bit of update as we go along, but now you're discovering things. So one of the things, so Nivedita had a session with me, one of the sessions I do, and it's very intense. And she's very disciplined. She's very coachable. And she shared with us so far what happened. And she just gave us a little caught up on that. But the changes and the transitions, and she has to contact me every night and give me an update. So religiously, every night before I go to bed, or because she goes to bed, I get an update. But the really cool thing about this is that if there's something challenging, somehow she sort of spins it around, catch herself, ground herself. She's eating, she's colored, she's smiling more, she's visiting people, she's going to barbecues, things you would. She sends me these recipes she makes. I don't know what they are, but again, but this is huge for you. As simple as it sounds for us, this is major breakthrough and huge for you. So why don't you give us a little bit, wherever you want to start, at any point in time, maybe give us a little synopsis of, and I'm going to give you full screen, a little synopsis of what happened and what you're finding out along the way and what you discovered. Because things don't happen overnight. It's like layers. So you got to do this in order for this to happen. So take us through that if you don't mind. This is about changes and transformation. We don't expect things to happen overnight or have fireworks. It does not work that way. Right? So here we go.
Thank you so much, Dianne. So what happened, everybody, is during this pandemic, many of us might feel in 2.5 years, we kind of lost ourselves. We forgot how to take care of ourselves. I'm not generalizing. I'm going to just talk about myself. I did feel like, You tend to become more isolated because you are locked in the house after so many lockdowns. You are afraid to go hug people or connect with people again. You might think all kinds of things. What if they are sick? Is that safe for me? So it's kind of a fear I noticed, for myself or other people, to interact with one another like we used to before this whole extraordinary period in our time started. So I was blessed and lucky enough to have a session about 6 hours on July 1st with Dianne, where we went back through my life in different areas of my life where I experienced extreme challenges. And she helped me to release emotions, negative emotion, or negative messages that I hold in my life in the past. From fear, hurt, anger, depression, feeling a victim, feeling anything that's less than a positive message. And she gave me a homework. She said, for about 30 days, every day you report back to me any progress you made. And she said, do something with your hair. You have to change your hair. I was like, it's short enough. What am I going to do with my hair? But I picked up a picture of something I liked. I went to the hairstylist. I said, just chop it off. I totally freaked out at the end of the session. I said, maybe I chop it too much. But I think I got used with it. In 2 weeks, I'm like, you know what? It's actually cute. Okay, so let's embrace the new me. And then I had different challenges. Maybe some people listening to this might relate. Like there is a lot of fear, anxiety some people could be feeling, and that could affect, for example, your appetite. So what I noticed is in the last 2.5 years, and perhaps even before, because of anxiety, because of problems, because of stress and other things, my appetite got impacted. So I started not being able to eat, or not liking to eat, or having only 1 meal or 2 meals a day, sometimes not even feeling like I'm hungry the whole day. But I realized, especially when you go 100% in your work, in your service, in taking care of your family, in your volunteer activities, in your social activities, you need energy. So if you have a car and you don't put fuel in it, that car will not go anywhere. It will stay in your garage. So I realized I need to force myself to eat, but I don't want to force myself. So what Dianne was talking about, I started tricking myself. I don't really like to cook. I like to eat, or I used to. But lately I was concerned. I'm like, if I don't eat, or I have issues, like who knows, I don't want to develop eating disorders, so I should better do something about it. So I thought, okay, if I would be a mother and I would have a kid who has eating issues, how would I trick that kid? So I started getting these meal kits that you order through the mail, and they give you like 10 ingredients. I'm not promoting them. I'm just showing that I did a small change in myself, something I usually don't do, and how I found a way to get myself, this is an issue, eating issues. I took an action, I ordered these meal kits, whatever they are. And then I started cooking, spending 30 minutes. I decided 30 minutes a day is for myself. And then take those 6-10 ingredients and cook something and get confidence that I actually can eat something eatable. I cook something that actually I enjoy eating. And I'm not really into social media, taking picture of myself or anything. So I got out of my comfort zone. I started taking pictures of what I'm cooking and sending them to Dianne in the evening and saying, that's my latest culinary creation. I never did that before. So, or at least not at this level. So I'm like, okay, so in the last 18 days since we did that session, I changed the haircut, I changed the attitude. I started looking, even in days when I was not feeling 100%, I started shifting something inside and thinking, how can I look at this as a positive thing? What's the gift in this? And I realized sometimes, and I'm sharing this because it might inspire the audience, and somebody might look and say, you know what? I have the same issue. I wonder, what did she say? Or what did she do? Oh, okay, so maybe I can do that. So I started sharing more with my friends. I started reaching out, not from the perspective of, you know what, I'm like kind of depressed, I'm low today, I don't feel like talking, I don't feel like going out. No, how can I find a positive twist even on that? Maybe my friend is going through a hard time. Maybe they need somebody to cheer them up. So I started going out. I started looking even at my language of what do I do every day? What can I shift every day? In the way I look, in the way I feel, in the way I interact with other people. And it's amazing. Sometimes when you have to report to somebody that you made progress every day, it makes you look at yourself and notice what's the positive, not what's the negative. So what Dianne was saying, look in your mirror and give love to yourself, is when is the last time you look into your eyes and you say, you know what, I don't look that bad. I'm actually a nice person. Just take away all the labels: too fat, too old, too tall, too poor, too late, too anything, any too I'm bad, I'm any negative message about you have about yourself. If you take everything out and you just look in your eyes and you see the light in your soul and you say, you know what, I'm light and love. That's how I've been created, that's who I am. And I realized a big aha moment for my life was, all my life I thought I have to do something to be loved. I needed to get good grades. I needed to be an A student. I needed to be beautiful enough, smart enough, be an A student, always do my homework, always from me. And I was wondering, why will I work so hard to always try to be perfect? And I realized many people in different ways, they might try to get love from other people, from parents, from siblings, from ourselves. But at the end of the day, I realized, okay, so it might be a pandemic. People might be busy with their own lives. I might not be able to see my friends. Maybe my family is not here. And some people might have their family in heaven. So am I going to wait for the rest of my life for somebody to say, I love you? I'm like, how about I look in the mirror and give that love to myself without thinking, well, you're tired, look at those, the way I would have looked before that session with Dianne. And again, I'm not promoting anybody's services. I'm just sharing my experience. I would have looked at myself, oh my God, look at those baggy eyes. Oh, look at that. Oh, maybe, I need a facial. Oh my God, my teeth are too yellow or whatever. So instead of criticizing what you think is wrong with you, how about appreciating what you love about yourself? Dianne told me also to wear colors. I normally would not wear something with flowers and so many colors on it. I would just put something black and white. But then she said, well, the way you dress, that's how you feel. If you dress black and white, you are going to feel black and white. So I'm like, okay, so today it's flower day. Maybe I didn't feel like flowers, or I felt like, oh my God, I'm going to look stupid. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe there is a playful side in me. And maybe there is that inner child who wants to have fun. And maybe when I was 3 years old, I used to love looking in a mirror and saying, oh, I'm beautiful, or I'm smart, or talking different languages, or play funny things, or play with my mom's makeup, or put funny things on me. So what I'm trying to say is schedule a play date with yourself. Schedule half an hour on your calendar, time for yourself. How would you like to spend that? What is a positive message you can give to yourself? For me, it's been huge, just cooking something, sending a picture to Dianne, and she said, good job for today. Or looking in the mirror, telling myself, I love my soul. Talking about Nivedita, stretching and giving love to your body. Take it one step further. Outer beauty, inner beauty. I love my soul. When is the last time you said that? I love my heart. I love my mind. I love my body. And you know what? I don't look that bad at all. And away with the negative messages, I'm just letting in only positive messages. So that's what I discovered in the last 15 days.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. So let me ask you this question. Yes, you have physical, you're not being the victim anymore for anything. But do you notice even the scars on your face? Like it's past that because it's beyond that. You're not focusing on that whatsoever. Do you find that your face is taking different shape, although you may or may not have reduced the weight? But again, weight has a lot to do with emotions.
Yes.
Because to me, I could be wrong. I don't know if Nivedita can see it. I believe your face looks a bit shaped and smaller. Am I yes or no? I'm not 100% sure because we're not live. Go ahead. You're
Yeah.
muted as usual.
Adina is actually glowing since she
Yeah,
did
you
that
are.
program with you. And she has a lot of joy in her face. And I just appreciate what you said, what you shared with us, Adina, because that's what happens when I'm promoting my weight management program. It's all about loving yourself, and then the results come because you're giving yourself the time to feel beautiful within and without, so that you're loving the essence of your own soul, and you're loving the essence of the true you, which is awesome. Everybody is awesome. When I look at my students and I talk about the soul and I say to them, you're all this absolutely beautiful golden light being. I see it in all of you. And, they just lift, and their faces just lift, and they just love being reminded of who they are, their true essence. And when we find our true essence, we love every part of ourselves. And we just encourage everyone to love themselves more. And it's not this superficial love, like, if I wear this today, it'll make me feel better and look better. But it's more like looking, like you said, you look in the mirror, and instead of saying, oh my God, I hate myself, which is what I used to do ever since I was a child. And I look in the mirror now and I think, wow, your face is shining. And my husband says to me every day, your face is shining. You're just shining with all this. And I say, it's feeling good. Like when we went out for dinner last night, I just enjoyed the food.
He spoils her rotten. He spoils her rotten.
He does. We went to Japanese last night, and I loved the Japanese food, and I had a bit of sake, and it was very nice. I didn't judge anything. I didn't count the calories. I just enjoyed myself, and the food felt great. And then later on we went more, and I bought an ice cream, which I haven't had for a long, long time. And it was totally delicious. And I was feeding Colin spoonfuls of ice cream as I was eating ice cream as well.
I'd be jealous, Adina. But thank you for sharing that. But the thing is, one of the things I want to say before I forget my train of thought is that you're no longer visiting or noticing the imperfections. It's like you don't see it anymore. It's like you take a whole, a whole glob of makeup, and you just wiped it off. In a sense, now you're not wearing that much makeup at all. It's just that you don't see that. Like sometimes I don't even hear the MP3 playing in the background because you're so in tune with it. So once you get in tune with your body, you forget everything else. What was, you were noticing that's so noticeable. Listen, you can't do anything with it. You got to live with it. And if you focus on that, but now you have other things that you have to focus on. You said you're going to a party, you went somewhere, and you pick out your dress now. So these little things, I say, what am I going to do for this? Now, all fun and joke aside, when I first met, that particular time when I met Adina, she, one of our teachers said, your soulmate is around the corner, And I remember that, and I told you. And again, but do you see yourself now attracting someone in this way? Before you were, it wasn't attracting people for whatever reason, but can you see yourself being with someone? Are you open to it now that you see it's you? Because you love yourself now, not so much before thinking, I want somebody, but I was still stuck in this, whatever it is you were stuck in. So you make the changes that now maybe you can cook a meal for someone, or maybe you can say, you know what? Somebody will say, oh, I love the color the color, I like your hair. It's just little changes, but can you see yourself now working towards that?
For sure. And what Dianne and Nivedita are talking about love, in order to share love with others, you have to fill up your cup. The way it feels, before I used to activate, and maybe many people could relate to that, from fear. Oh, I'm afraid nobody will like me. I'm afraid I'll die old, poor, and alone. Like how many people live from fear? So what shifted, number one, I learned to connect inside with my own soul and shine my light. That's why it's glowing. It's not the makeup. It's the fact that when you connect with your true essence, you are happy. And people can feel that. And then you become attractive to other people. So instead of thinking, oh my God, I'm this age, and if I don't get somebody in my life, who knows, nobody might take me. So I remain an old lady, and who knows what my life will be. That's a fear thing. When you feel whole, complete, and aligned with the light and love that you are, then you connect to that light and you radiate it to everybody. And you are like, even if somebody comes in my life to be my partner or no, I'm okay the way I am. I'm filling my life with serving others, helping others. We are doing this show to inspire the people. We are filling up, and we are whole, complete, each of us. You don't need somebody to fill you up, and you don't need to say, oh my God, I'm such a pity and such a victim. I need somebody to rescue me. You can rescue yourself. You have to find the true love in yourself. It's not somebody who has to come and give it to you. You give it to yourself, and then you magnetize through the law of attraction, whatever law you believe. You attract people like you. So you attract similar energies. But if you put fear, anger, upset, negative messages, that's what you're going to attract. You are depressed, suddenly everybody around you is sad and depressed. But if you are happy, not because something has to happen in your life, somebody has to tell me I'm gorgeous today, otherwise I will be miserable. No, you set up your own weather in the morning. Today is going to be a great day. You might go through a lot in that day, but you set up your own weather because you connected with your own essence.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So first of all, two things. One, if somebody comes and asks you for a date, are you ready and you have that dress waiting to run out there?
I might call you guys and be totally panicked and say, okay, what am I wearing? What should I say? I'm kind of rusty with dating.
The only thing you should say is, which one should I pick? Rusty, it has nothing to be rusty about. You know, it's always safe when you go to the lake. You can't go wrong if you go to the lake. That's the safest place you can be, because everything around you just melts. That's one thing. What would you say to, let's break it down now. There's different parts. What is 5 things I would say that you've learned from, the transformation from the outside? The outside, meaning that the surroundings, yourself, because you have gone through a lot of transformation in every way, shape, or form. Even the color that you're wearing, I know that's part of I believe that's part of the dress, the top that you're wearing, it's not a dress. Even that accent in your face, it brings color, it's the shape of your face, everything looks smaller. And I'm not saying it's big, but I mean, you are a big bone person. So, we're not here to disrespect anybody, but you are a big bone person. So you have to understand that. So what is one of the 5 top things on that particular side that you want to share with everyone who's out there, who's with Adina and Nivedita? Please check us out, share this. There's a lot of information here and good information. And I applaud you for wanting to step out to share this with people. We're not here to exploit people, but she loves talking about it. And again, if we can help anyone out there, people are coming and going, watching and so forth. But take the time to listen, because it might be something. And sometimes people they would stop in and then they catch it between, so they don't quite understand what's going on. And some people, they may hear something and it just, no, I don't want to hear that, because it may have a trigger. So this is not about triggers here. It's about this young woman who has cheated death about 5 to 6 times. Because she decided to play 100, she played like 200%, and she's still paying. So why did you tell us, if you want to, like, maybe 5 things on the outside that changed, that you made a change, and we'll talk about the inside in a minute, but you made a change that made a difference. So if you want to list it in priority, like, what are the big number ones, ahas that you had?
Thank you so much, Dianne. So it's many things you can change every day. The first thing outside is change your appearance. Look in the mirror and see what you can change about yourself. One thing for me was the hairstyle. For you could be something else. The way you dress.
Wait, I'm going to stop you there for a minute. Why didn't you tell them why I told you about the hairstyle?
The way you feel is showing up in your appearance. So I was feeling like I let go of myself. I forgot about myself. I tried to please others. And I realized in the process I became bitter. I was trying to give from an empty cup. I was trying to please and go through the ropes. Everything everybody expected.
No, stop. That is not what it was.
Okay.
She had her hair long, and every minute she kept going like this, keep pressing the part on one side. I'm thinking, what the hell is she doing? So she kept pressing on the part, and it was pretty much a little bit longer to hear. And I'm thinking, and when your hair is like this, it makes your face look fuller and everything. And I'm like, why does she have it? A lot of European women, they have their hair and they do this. I'm thinking, she's not her mother. She's not her grandmother. But she kept pressing the thing every second. And I was like, okay, no, this has to work. No. So I said to her, the first thing I said to her, you need a haircut. She went the next day and got the haircut. That was the funniest part. And then she said, oh, I put something in it. Now, I would love to see Adina hairs apart from that side a different way. I want to see her comb it a different way. So she said, "Oh, I put something in my hair. I don't know what you had put, maybe oil, grease. I don't know what you had put, a treatment or something." But she kept pressing the thing down, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is distracting." So I was like, "No, you need to cut that damn hair off." I didn't believe she was going to go the next day and do it, but she did it. And then she said, and actually, when you sent the picture, it looked a little longer, but now I guess you make it a little bit lighter and with the hair. That to me was one of the biggest transformations to take you out of their comfort zone because it's now showing more of your face, which you have the scars, and to worry about that. So for even you, you proved that one or 24 hours that you went and you actually cut the hair and didn't know is what, and that's the reason why the hair was just driving me crazy because she kept patting it and putting it down and putting it down. And I was like, she's not your mother or grandmother. So that was the story about the hair. That's my 2 cents worth. Oh, and then also she had a shawl in the back which black and white, and then she had on black and so many layers of black clothes. I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I said, no color. And that's how we got into that. So I just wanted to add that piece about, stop putting on the hair. Let the hair be fluffed up and give it some body, and that's what it is. And that's what you're doing. Even more body than that, when you do it and you crunch your hair and make it look full. It's going to pull your face up, correct, Miss Nivedita? It's going to pull your face up more.
Absolutely. And I love before what Adina was saying about her feelings, because it's really important to take notice of your feelings, what you feel. We have a wonderful teacher that we know who's in Portland, and she's a quantum scientist, and she talks about love and about everything, about loving the self, loving the soul. And she talks about getting into your feelings. Get into your feelings. How do you feel when things are happening? How do you feel? What did that feel like? And acknowledge that feeling and love that feeling. And whatever comes up, just love it because it's giving you messages. So
Yeah.
that's really important.
Yeah. So
And I love how you kept saying, I felt. And I thought, wow, that's right. You're following that direction.
So let's get back to the physical. So this is the physical, because the physical has a lot to, we talk about, we want to do things from the inside out, which is great. But if we don't make changes on the outside, which also it contrasts each other from the outside to the inside, because when you see yourself like this, it does something on the inside. But you can have something from the inside and not do anything on the outside, which doesn't really balance off. So let's continue. So you did the hair, you did the color.
And just a little background why it was so important, because people might wonder, like, why it's such a big deal that she got a haircut? I can get a haircut every second week of my life. But for me, the hair was something I was covering some scars on my face with. So it's been a cover-up, or it's been something I was trying to hide. Because when I was 14, in other shows, I did share I had a near-death experience, and I was involved in a serious car accident. Then I had multiple surgeries done to my face, reparatory surgery and plastic surgeries. So due to those surgeries, you might not see, but I have some scars on my face, which in these 18 days, for the first time in my life, I started actually looking at the overall picture, not at the scars. And many people might look on their face, maybe they have a bump, maybe they have a spot, maybe they have anything. And all they see, it's, oh my God, it's imperfect. I have this bump, I have this scar, I have this, whatever it is. For the first time, I started looking at the being behind the scar. And I stopped trying to hide those scars, cover them up with makeup or with hair. So by getting a hair which it's short enough that it can cover anything, it's a symbol of me opening up to the world and saying, that's who I am. Like me or leave it. Doesn't matter. I like myself. And that's what matters. Because we are with ourselves 24/7. Do you like the person you are with? And it took me only half of my life to come to that mirror the other day and say, yes, actually, for the first time, I actually love myself. So the 5 things could be your hair, could be, for me, the food, could be, once you clear up inside a lot of things, you start reorganizing your whole, I started reorganizing cupboards and things, and everything I'm writing, everything I'm doing. I'm like, do I need to do 10 things? Maybe I need to do only 3. So once that you love yourself, that light and love you turn on inside, it lights up everything you are doing. Suddenly, everything is in a new light. Oh, do I actually need to do this in my life? Oh, Dianne told me, go and get some nice decorations. I started decorating things around me with colors, wearing colors, feeling in a more colorful way. Do I need to go always in the same routine every day? Or can I get out of my comfort zone and do something I would normally not do? The other night, I just put some music. I started dancing. I don't, I don't need to wait for my true love to dance, invite me to dance. I can dance with the source, with the light of the universe, with myself. Who knows? Maybe you don't have to say, well, maybe next year I'll meet my true love. Well, make sure you're alive next year. Be happy today. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to wait for the happiness to come my way. I'm going to start creating it. I love to draw. I love to dance. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm not going to wait for anybody to tell me I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, I'm smart. I'm doing it. It's on my radar. It's on my to-do list. And we have to make time for ourselves. I'm usually that busy that sometimes it's evening. I'm like, did I have breakfast today? Because I took care of everybody, but I forgot to put having breakfast on my to-do list. So unless you start from inside and take care of yourself, I was talking about that cup. You try to help everybody else, and you are exhausted, you are tired, you are grumpy because your cup is empty. So spend now I'm spending time 5 minutes in the morning, connect with the source of universe, with the love and light that I am. Thank you, the source that I'm alive today. Thank you. Help me to do a good job today. And then I start doing whatever I need to do during that day. But the number one thing, I flip on that switch to something positive in my life in the morning. And that's what I learned from both of you. I stopped thinking, oh my God, I have to lose this number of pounds. That will make me think too fat, too whatever. That's a negative message. I still have to lose those pounds. But for the first time I look at myself, I said, you know what? The more of me, the merrier. I love myself the way I am. And except me and my doctor, nobody should care how many pounds I have. And if they care about it, then that's their own issues. They project their own issues. But for myself, I started accepting myself, overweight and all. But that's me. Great. So the moment I looked in the mirror, I said, you know what? I love you the way you are. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to give me a word or anything or do anything in your life to convince me to love you. I love you because you are lovable.
Well, thank you for sharing that. So let's talk about weight. You had some issues in terms of walking and exercising. Has that improved? Would it be 5 minutes more? Are you doing a little bit more? Are you going outside more? Has that changed or shifted? I know you're inside making a lot of changes, but how do you feel about now taking the next step in that area? I know you're doing something with Nivedita, but I'm talking about physically going out and walking because you had problems.
Yes. Wow. So what happened is in December, I live in a basement apartment. I fell down the stairs. I came with groceries and I lost my balance. I came tumbling down. I almost broke my ankle. And I had mobility issues I still have some of them right now. But what happened is, like many people who might have weight issues or challenges, I don't like exercising. But for the first time, I didn't say, I have to go and exercise 1 hour. I have to do this exercise, it's 10 push-ups, 10 exercises, or do this or do that. Because I'm usually a kind of a free spirit. I don't like to be told what to do. What I started doing, and that's the shift Dianne is speaking about, I started going out for a walk and not thinking I'm exercising to lose weight, connecting with nature, looking into people's eyes, enjoying every moment of it. It's all about connecting with nature. Many of us live in our apartments or in our bubbles, in our daily routines. When is the last time you went out and just smell a flower or look at the sky or just look at the sun and just close your eyes and just be? Don't need to do anything, just be. And be happy, be peaceful in the moment. And when I do that, I do not think, oh my God, I walk for 1 hour, I wonder how many calories I burned. It's not about being in the mind, it's about being in the heart. I want to be open, I want to feel free. I went for 1 hour out or 30 minutes, doesn't matter, even if it's only 10 minutes. I connected with the trees, I connected with the birds, I connected with the sky. How was the sky when you went out? I saw 5 clouds. I smelled 3 roses. I felt free. I feel re-energized. And to be honest, I didn't care about jumping to the scale to see if I lost anything. No, I thought I haven't felt that free and happy in years. So anybody can do that. You can just take 10 minutes for yourself. For me, it was a walk. For you, could be painting, could be listening to your favorite music, could be writing poetry. Everybody could be different. But whatever you do, don't think, oh, I have to do 15 minutes, another thing on my to-do list. No, it's 10 minutes for yourself. Connect with something you love to do and immerse yourself, dissolve yourself into it. I didn't think me, Adina, is going to work. No, I'm one with the universe. I'm one with the trees. I'm one with everything around me. I'm connected. I'm free. No more limitation. No more limits. Oh, what if somebody is looking at me and saying, "Oh, look at that fat lady walking down the street"? But it's a happy fat lady walking down the street and having a blast and feeling free and happy. How
Hello. If it's a big fat lady walking down the street, girl, you work it. You strut, you work it. You work it. Now, to everybody who's listening, I know Adina is, she's on the soul journey. So you might hear a lot of things more on the spiritual, holistic energy side. But that does not mean that you have to be that way. You go and connect with the energy in trees. Then what the analogy for that is, she is not focusing on her body. She's just focusing on being outside while she can't be outside. And that's what it is. And again, it's simple things like that. She can lose half a kilogram, 5 pounds, whatever you want to call it, 2 pounds, 1 pound, half a pound. It's the attitude. She will lose the weight, but it has to come from a don't care attitude. I don't care in that sense. Not when I say don't care, I don't take it to the extreme and they want to chop my head off. She's not focusing on that. That's not the focus of the outcome. That is the outcome to lose 50 kilograms, I believe it was, right? That's the outcome. But when you put that in a timeline, you got to do things going backwards, like anything else in goals and business and relationship, anything that you put in a timeline, you got to go backwards. So the ripple effect starts from the end. That's the ultimate. But she has to do a lot of things to come down there. It doesn't happen. So I'm going to lose. It's like people who want to do heavy weight loss. But if you don't consistently keep it up, it comes back to you. It just comes back like, oh. So you want to know when you do it and have a discipline and create a routine that is simple and is always there, whereby if you have to lose weight and you continue to do what you got to do, it's not, you're not feeling overwhelmed because you do it. She's cooking, she's doing these meal things and all this stuff like that. But she's cooking. I told her to go dance. Doesn't have to dance spiritual songs, dance things that she like, disco, this, that, craziness, whatever. And just be happy and bounce around. People might think she's crazy where she lives, but it's all about the attitude. It's all about the attitude. I don't know if you gave us 5, Nivedita. We got to wrap up soon. So, Nivedita, what do you have to say?
I agree. I think what you're saying to Adina is very important. And Adina's already discovered a lot for herself because she's so intuitive and she's connected with her body in a different way. And we do have a body soul, as we know of. And so it's important to honor that body soul that you have, because that's the vehicle for our spiritual self. And that's important to keep the vehicle in good working order. It's like you mentioned about the car, you have to service the car every so often to keep it running well. So you have to do the same with your body. You have to treat your body well. You have to look after your body. You have to feed it the right food, make sure you're getting the right nutrition, do the right exercise. And the word exercise can be very daunting for people. But if you say, well, dance, do you like to dance? Do you like to move? Do you like to ride a bike? Things like that are simple. Like I love to do exercise. I love the Chinese exercise. I'm really into that at the moment. It's very fast and it's fun. And it's like, and the Zumba, I use my, we recently bought a smart TV, a long time in coming, but we finally got one. And YouTube is amazing because it has so many different exercises you can do. It's such a resource. And if people just want to do walking exercise, even walking on the spot, and when you're doing your normal things, you're burning up energy. So when you want to let go of weight, what you're doing is you're releasing the weight because it's no longer, because it's a burden to you, so you no longer need it, so you don't want it back. So you're burning the energy constantly, even by just doing housework, vacuuming, doing things, doing the gardening, something that you love to do. If you love your garden and things like that, that's all burning energy up and burning calories up, because it's really important to bring yourself into that balance and harmony. And you've got to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you get lost, because you're not being true to yourself. And
That's
by eating nutritious food, and which you're doing by getting that food pack in, because that's all, I believe that's all nutrition based. Nutrition is so important to your body. If you don't give yourself enough nutrition, you'll find that things happen. Your digestion might stop working for a while, or things like that. And all of your systems in your body are there to work together. It's like the 5 elements in Chinese medicine. They have to be happy and compatible with each other. You have to look after each part. So one part's doing really well, then the other parts are doing really well. They cooperate with each other, because like you're the boss of your body. And if your body's not happy, it will tell you. You'll have all the aches and pains. Like if you get a neck ache, you're doing too much. You need to relax more. You need to love that part of the body. And we have wonderful tools to be able to help each other and
absolutely.
help ourselves, including tapping. Soul tapping is wonderful. I just tap on my middle of my chest every day. And if I want an affirmation, I need it to be positive, then I just tap on my heart center. And that energy, you can feel it immediately coming in, changing the message. So it's really wonderful. So explore many things. And this is what I offer in my weight management, because you're managing your weight until it becomes habitual, reducing old habits and bringing in new positive habits, whether it's mindfulness in many ways, or just changing an old habit, like not having that chocolate, which I love chocolate, not having that chocolate on that day, but maybe having a square or two on another day, which just means that you're not depriving yourself, but you're balancing yourself.
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that. Sometimes we need a booster, and a booster might mean because most of the fat and the bloatedness is due to gas. God forbid, I know that. And medication also does that as well, right? So, sometimes you need probably a booster, and the booster would be maybe you need to take an enema, something to get the excess out. Because, and it's okay. It's like purging your system. So you can't do things on the physical side to get rid of all that excess water, excess whatever is inside of you, and give it a boost. So you also need to be smart and give yourself some physical. You can do all the spiritual things you want, and we don't want to be talking about spiritual. That's not what this is about. But I want to say, okay, be practical. So what can we do to also help the body? Give it like you talk about car, give it a jump start. And one of them is
It's very important to drink water.
well, to drink water, but I'm saying is that, maybe you can go to the pharmacy and get a cleanse, detox. So you could do a detox routine regimen, right? There's something like that. And they have enemas that they give to when you have pregnant. I had, when I was having my kids, I had those, and they work really well. So again, you want to flush your system out in how you can as well. But the body is designed in a way where it does flush the system out by itself to begin with. So all these little things can be done. Yes, you can do it, but you can also get some help to get a boost start with that. What would you like to say, as we're closing now, Dina?
What I would like to say to everyone is to invite everyone. The reason why we did this show is not about me. It's about you deciding to make a positive change in your life. So tomorrow, just imagine this. You take a Christmas decoration and you say, I'm in a relaxation retreat today. It's a makeover day for me. So you're going to look in the mirror. I'm just suggesting, I'm not saying you should do that. You do your own thing. You make your own decision. Decide one positive change and do it. So what I did, just look in the mirror, say, I love my soul. I love my heart. I love my mind. I love my body. I'm gorgeous. Today is going to be a great day. No matter how it goes, keep remembering I'm in a light and love the universe. I'm in a calling to the universal source of whatever you believe in. And I'm sharing that light with the world. And every day focus on giving light and love to everybody around you, including yourself. And just be grateful, and anything that you want to think, say, or do. Is this something positive? It will make myself and others healthier and happier. If not, and it's not a kind thing, don't say it, don't do it. And you might decide or figure out by the end of the day, oh, you know what? It was a great day. Maybe I'll keep going and keep going. Whatever you decide to do a positive change for yourself, make it a habit. And then keep transforming your life one step at a time. Don't wait for fireworks. Don't wait for Mr. Wonderful. Start right now. It's your life. It's you yourself, making yourself a healthier and a happier person, and then pay it forward to other people and ask them to pay it forward to others. And that's how one person at a time will change the world. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much for sharing your personal, changes and transformation and the attitude you have. And you don't have to wait for Mr. Wonderful, but Mr. Wonderful, like that teacher said, is around the corner soon. Well, I do believe he's around the corner. It's again the attitude, and people, it will attract people the way you care about yourself. You get up more, you do things. You might be walking the street and somebody's, I told you, girl, if somebody's admiring you walking the street, you shake it more. You shake it more. You shake it and you do whatever it is you have to do. And it's not about them. It's just you feeling that, you know what, somebody's watching me and I'm going to have some fun with it. It's okay. And somebody said if you're on a spiritual journey, doesn't mean you're dead. You're not dead, for God's sake. You can still have some flirtation. All innocent. Believe me, it's all innocent. So I want to thank you for sharing that personal, because I mean, for what you've been through, you can just go hide and in that cocoon forever. But then the cocoon turns into a butterfly, and this is where you are. And you wear a lot of flowers in your clothes, so it's even more like you are the butterfly, flowers and so forth. And I want to say thank you so much for being accountable to yourself. I mean, I hold you accountable, but I don't really have to tell you much. The fact that you routinely do it every day, and then you will find that there's something, and you tell me you're feeling this way, but then you caught yourself, or it spun around, and you're learning as you go along. You cannot be hard on yourself. The changes you have made in just over 2 weeks are phenomenal. It takes a lifetime for some of these people to do it. But what it is, it first started with that haircut. I'm not kidding you. The next day she went and got that haircut, and she didn't want to share the picture. And that was really the breaking turnaround point for her. And then the clothes. And I haven't seen her wearing all black since, and she's not allowed to wear black. I haven't seen it. And we all have a lot to do. We have a lot to go. We have a lot to do. And we don't have to do it alone. Listen to her. If she inspired you, send a message, put a comment so she would know that her story inspired you. And this is what it is about, making the subtle little changes to transform for you from the outside, the inside. And sometimes we always say we have to go from the inside out, yes. But in this particular case, it had to come from the outside first. Because when you wake up and you're not feeling well and you look in the mirror, what are you seeing? So that was a change for her. So thank you so much for sharing that, Adina. We love you. We appreciate you coming on and talking about all these stories. And as you progress and you progress, and of course, when we meet Mr. Wonderful, we will meet Mr. Wonderful. We'll all meet Mr. Wonderful at some point in time. But you know what? We want to attract partners who's really fast. We don't want something fly by night and so forth. That's not what this is. And when you're really ready for it, and you can, again, I ask her, she's ready to date. Really now she's ready for dating. She could congruently say, I'm ready for dating. So continue to go out, continue to invite her out, do things, send her love. And I want to say just thank you for that. Excuse me. So on that note, I want to thank Nivedita for sharing, and Adina for really truly exposing yourself, which is another excuse me, another breakthrough. I don't normally do this, but another breakthrough for you by sharing so much your personal story. That is huge. And that has also helped you take it to the next level. So, on that note, everyone, I want to say thank you all for watching. Please share this, put the comments, like, subscribe to our channel, to the show, and If Adina can do it, anybody can do it. If Nivedita can do it, hell yes, anybody can do it. And if I could learn and do 2 business courses in one day, which is what I was doing all day, anybody can do it. But guess what? I'm bringing that to you. So, on that note, have a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye. And we love you all. Take care.
Love you, love you, love you. Bye bye.
I love you.